everybody, welcome to Curiosity Corner Live and our Eggsperiment weekend where the puns are always intentional. My name is Joy and today we have some excellent experiences for you, and they all have to do with one of nature's marvels, the egg. Now I'm pretty sure you've all seen an egg before. This is an egg. It is raw, I can promise you that. I'm not going to break it because I don't want to make a mess. But I can do some pretty cool experiments with this. So what do you think will happen if I squeeze on this egg as hard as I can? I think it might break because eggs are pretty fragile. If we drop them, they break. And if we crack them against anything, they break. So, at the risk of making a giant mess, here we go. Let me switch hands. It's not breaking. Both hands, okay. It didn't break because even though eggs are really, really fragile, they are also incredibly strong. And that all has to do with the shape of an egg. If you look at our egg here, the top and the bottom are both a dome shape. And domes and archways, which is also this shape, are very, very strong. Now the reason why it didn't break when I squeezed it is because I was spreading my force evenly amongst the whole egg. That's how chickens can sit on their eggs to keep them warm before they hatch. Their weight is evenly distributed amongst this whole dome egg shape. But if we crack it, that's how it's able to break. It's not evenly distributed force. It's a lot of pressure on one little point. That's how chicks are able to hatch out of their eggs. They peck and peck and peck at one little spot, and then they can break through. So if we've learned that eggs are really, really strong, I wonder how much weight an egg can hold. Specifically, I'm going to use 3 eggs. I have here these little eggs. They are all raw eggs, but they are sitting on a bottle cap, so that way they don't roll away. And I have another bottle cap on top, so we can make a nice, even, flat surface. So I'm going to see if I can balance weight on eggs. What do you think? Can I balance anything on eggs, or are they just going to completely shatter immediately? So let's find out. I have here a relic of ancient history. This is a phone book. There are like numbers in here. All right, so I'm going to balance it on. Here we go. I can balance it. Okay. 1 phone book of weight on the eggs. I'm actually going to flip it around so it balances a little bit better. There we go. All right, 1 phone book of weight. But let's make it interesting. 2 phone books of weight. Here we go. Oh, 2 phone books are balancing on these eggs. But you know, I have 3 eggs. Why not make it 3 phone books? I don't know. Let's find out. Here we go. That is 3 phone books of weight. And I just have another baby phone book. 4 phone books of weight on 3 eggs. That is so much weight, all on these tiny, little, fragile eggs. And again, that's because that dome is super, super strong. The fact that I have 3 eggs also helps because it's that amount of weight spread evenly amongst the 3 eggs. Now, I'm not sure if that 1 egg could hold 4 phone books, but 3 definitely can. If you saw our bed of nails video, if you didn't, it's up on our YouTube, but if you saw our bed of nails video, you would have seen that Robin was protected when I swung a sledgehammer and hit a cinder block on her while she was on a bed of nails because she had more supports holding her up. Similar principle. We're able to support 4 phone books worth of weight because we have more eggs. So if eggs are super duper strong, I wonder what other special skills they have. So I want to see if I can make an egg float. So I have here a blue egg. It's not special, it's just dyed in a really cool way that you'll get to see later this afternoon. So I have here a glass of water. It's just regular water, got it from my sink. So what do you think will happen to my blue egg if I put it in this glass of regular tap water? Will it float? Will it sink? Let's find out. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It sank. Right there in the bottom. That's because fresh water is less dense than the egg. So the egg just sinks right to the bottom. But you know, Sinking isn't really a special skill. I'm sure that it's fun. I don't know, it's scuba diving. But I want to see if I can make my egg float. So I have here another glass of water. This has a whole bunch of salt in it. So this is just salt water. So let's see what happens to my blue egg, or any other egg really, if I put it in this salt water. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It floats right on top of that. Do you see that egg in there? That happens because of density. The salt water is denser than the fresh water. It's also denser than the egg, which means the egg is more buoyant, or it can float a whole lot better. So that is pretty darn cool. So what I'm thinking is that if eggs are super strong and eggs can float, I think that eggs are perfect candidates for our brand new, highly elite, that car agrees with me, highly elite Eggstronaut program, in which we see if eggs can survive the test of gravity. So in order to do that and test that out, I have here a glass of water. It's just an ordinary glass of water. I'll come right up to the camera so I can prove that I'm not tricking you. See, glass of water. It's not that exciting. So I'm going to put that glass of water right here on the table. And on top of that, I'm going to take a Frisbee, put that on there. Now if you notice, the Frisbee's edges are sticking up like that. And then I have here another relic from ancient history. This is called a film canister. Now, long ago in the days of yore, when we took photos, we had to take the film out of the camera and put it in one of these. And then we had to take it somewhere to get developed, where we had to wait, get this, for a whole hour. Gasp. Okay, so I'm going to put the film canister right there. And I have here my brave, intrepid little Eggstronaut. I'm going to put it right there. Now my goal is to get my egg into my glass of water without touching the egg or the glass of water. Now how can I do that with a film canister and a Frisbee in the way? Just go smack the Frisbee, because why not? All right, are you ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Inertia. So the reason why that happened is Newton's laws of motion, specifically his first law of motion, which states that an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. I was the outside force that shoved my Frisbee out of the way, and the lip on that Frisbee took out the film canister. Now nothing actually touched the egg. The egg was just kind of chilling there until gravity took over and pulled it straight down into the glass of water. So we know this works with one egg. So I want to see if, I'm going to get that out of the way, if I can make this work with more eggs. We're going to raise the stakes a little bit. So in order to do that, I'm going to get my extra eggs out of the way, because I don't want any unintentional breaking. That would be bad. And instead of just using an egg and a Frisbee and one glass, I want to see if I can use 3 glasses. Now my Frisbee's not quite big enough, so I'm just going to use my cookie sheet right there. You get my egg out of there, make a little bit of a mess. So I have my cookie sheet. I'm going to put it right there on top, just like that. Okay, have more film canisters. See, let me put that on there, just like that. And I need to grab one more film canister. There we go. I'm gonna put that on there. So I'm gonna have 3 eggs, and we're gonna see how many I can land in the cups. Now, just because I'm using household materials, please do not try this at home. The potential is very high to make a very big mess, because honestly, I still make a mess sometimes. Because that's the cool thing about science. We can do this experiment over and over and over again, and we never know what our result is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Now it's even. So please do not try this at home. I am a trained professional. That is way off center. There we go. All right. Oh, Oh, there's my missing foam canister right where I left it. Now, for my 3 eggs, I'm going to just place them gently there. And gently there. Now I could just smack this out of the way like I did with my Frisbee. But I don't know if I can generate enough force with just my hand to get this whole cookie sheet out of the way. Luckily, I just so happen to have a handy dandy rake. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up and store some potential energy by pulling this rake back. Then I'm going to release it and smack that cookie sheet, and we're going to see how many eggs make it into the cups. Are you ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. I made 2 in. And hey, you know they're raw now. So, we have learned so much about eggs, including how strong and skilled they are, and they make some pretty good eggstronautes. So make sure you come back right here to Curiosity Corner Live at 3 o'clock. We're going to do one more experiment for you, and you're going to get a sneak peek at tomorrow's Eggstravaganza. So until next time, stay curious.